Hello YouTube, B3 here back, another kicking action figure review. Today we have another figure from the Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge Action Hero Series line, and it is Professor Strickler. Yeah, villain Professor Strickler, I believe is what it's called. I remember him from the Sentai. I've watched Zuden Sentai Kyoryuger before. I've watched Dino Charge, but I have not watched Super Dino Charge. Or Dino SuperCharge, I believe is what it's called. Dino SuperCharge, yeah. Haven't watched that. But I have watched the Japanese version, and I remember this episode was pretty funny, actually. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to rewatch that show. I'm definitely going to do it soon. Now that I have all these figures because of Dino Charge, thank you, Power Rangers. And I like to watch Power Rangers too. This is actually, Dino Charge was one of the best Power Ranger seasons in at least 5 years. I mean, it was really good. 4 years, maybe. Because, RPM was pretty good too. But yeah, Strickler. He also came out alongside what looks like male Purple Ranger, or they call it Violet Ranger in this one. I think they call it Purple Ranger. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't think we'd get a male Purple Ranger. Also, Singe, aka Endorf. All the Super Dino Drive modes, which are dumb. Who cares? And Silver Ranger. I really need the Silver Ranger, and also the evil bird dude. I don't know what he's called in this show. I don't even remember what he was called in the other show. He was like an evil version of the main bird dude, who was like their mentor. Yeah. Gotta love Toku, am I right? But yeah, Professor Strickler. Actually, I really like this figure. Lots of these villain figures aren't too great, and lots of them are really awesome. You know, this one I thoroughly have enjoyed. I've been messing around with him a good bit. Let's zoom out a little. Take a closer look at him. Good sculpt. Everything's there. You can see everything on him. Really nice sculpt. I'm really digging the sculpt. Not a lot of paint, but this is just like a cheap $10 figure. You know, that's cheap in the action figure community, I suppose. Especially when, you know, this is a whole new sculpt. Not a single bit of this is reused because they have to do full new sculpts for the villains. I think that's why they didn't do villains for a lot of years, because they were just expensive. So they'd only do like the main villain and one of the, you know, grunts. But now they're doing all these villains, and it's awesome. And the articulation, also not bad for this little guy. Forward and back, up and down on both arms, which is cool. You got a rotation on the bicep here, or kind of the elbow, I guess, where the book meets it. And there's a wrist swivel also. That's pretty cool. You got a rotation on this pencil sharpener Gatling gun. Who thinks of this stuff, man? In and out on the legs, and forward and back on the legs. I mean, this guy, you can have fun with him. This would be a fun toy for a kid. I'm having fun with it. I'm 22 goddamn years old. I really hope kids aren't watching this. But, yeah, so, you know, that's cool. They got lots of paint in the face, so that's good. And he comes with his, nightstick or whatever the hell. Obama can't take away my lightsaber. That was in Workaholics. Funny show. Now I'm just going to think about that every time I see this guy. But, yeah. He's pretty cool. He holds it just fine. It's a little bent in the packaging, but you can bend it back pretty easily. I might display him with it. I don't know yet. It's pretty cool though, right? He's a pretty neat little figure. So now let's get into some size comparisons with this guy, so you can see just how he scales up with other Power Ranger figures. Here's our Nutty Professor with some Power Rangers in his scale. I'm not even going to bother showing him with the new 6-inch Legacy Rangers, because what's the point? But here are some of the 4-inch lines. This is from the old Legacy 4-inch line, It is the movie Yellow Ranger from the first movie. I believe this Ranger would be Aisha, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to keep up with which Yellow Ranger is which. There were 3 of them for Mighty Morphin, so. But I'm pretty sure it's Aisha. And then over here we have Aqua Ranger. What? Which is pretty cool, from, you know, Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge. So they're from the same show. Pretty cool. And They're looking dope together. And here he is with some other Rangers from his line. Here on the left we have Indorf, or I think he's called Singe in the American show, actually. Singe. They look fine together, that's cool. Villain and villain teaming up, going at it. And then here on the right we have the Dino Charge Megazord, so when, you know, he gets big and starts destroying the city, this is how he'll look next to your Megazord. This is just the 4-inch Megazord that comes as is, not the one you build and can take apart and add stuff to. That's the huge one. I don't have that one, just this little one here. But you know, who needs the big one when you got these cool little ones? So one of my final thoughts on the Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge villain Professor Strickler figure from Bandai America. Pretty neat. I like this figure. He's a very unique look. He's made out of classroom appliances, which is pretty, you know, normal. He's like Shukra, the dreaded monster of homework from Godzilla vs. Gigan, aka Godzilla on Monster Island. Check that movie out. It's weird. But, yeah, you know, this is cool. Definitely going to add him to my collection. I'm going to put him right in the front. He's going to look good. It's going to look good. I'm going to put him right there with Singe. They're going to be buddies. So, yeah, that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I will see you all later.